So yeah, good morning. How are you guys doing? Today's travel day, so we're gonna start packing up.
So some of the stuff that has to be put away is just our life stuff that we pull out every time we stop. Chairs, grills, fire pits, all of our grilling stuff, yoga stuff, workout stuff, shoes, mats. Place might look a little bit different of what gets pulled out, depending on how long we're there. We were here for over 2 weeks, so I would say, yeah, mostly everything got pulled out. Motto of everything in its space and a space for everything. Does that apply for us? Or is it different every time?
It's general. We haven't traveled in a long. Oh, this is the first time we've actually emptied stuff out. So I haven't had a routine yet, I guess. So I'm kind of figuring it out on my own. I forgot how I put it all back in. just kind of winging it right now, actually.
We gotta do the inside and break everything down for travel day, so come on in and do that with us. Come in. So there's a lot to break down. I put all the cast iron in our drawer. There's no oven in this unit, so we have a drawer here. So glass top folds down, things get unplugged, dishes get put away. So every time you travel in your RV and you're gonna move again, it's kind of like a spring cleaning. Because you're going to clean through stuff. You're not just going to shove it all into places, but you're going to clean up countertops and sinks and etc. So we use our sink as well. There's our big Berkey, because that's what filters our water, because you never know what kind of water you're going to end up with as you travel around. And our dining room serves as also our home office for both him and I. I do life coaching, he does day trading. So we each have our own little cubbies and bins here. That seemed to work best for us. Where we just put this stuff here. Toaster oven, because we don't have an oven. Toaster oven is a lifesaver for us. That just gets snugged in here with all the bins and cubbies. Not a lot to do in the living room, quote unquote, part, other than just fold up some blankets. Sometimes the dog will sit here when we travel. When we traveled all together as a family, one or two of us would be sitting there. This top bunk, where our son used to hang out, live, and travel with us, is now extra space for us to store stuff. Woohoo! And the swivel TV obviously has to get locked in there pretty good. Shower stuff, super easy. Plastic bin, everything goes in it and shuts itself in there. Stays nice and secure. Time to pack up and clean the bathroom. This part here, there's not too much. I mean, most of the stuff we keep in the cabinets anyways, and a lot of that is secured. So I just quickly try to clean up, all the toothpaste spray all over the place and the countertops and such, and then put a few things away that might be rolling around. Even the robes and bathrobes, you'd be surprised. They end up on the floor often. Bedroom pack up. If you have a RV and you have the beddy system for your bed, I envy you. That's the next thing on my list. That would make bed making so much quicker and easier. Putting away all the other stuff that is hanging around, some of our artwork we did in class in Colorado, all gets stored in the closet. And then the TV. This is not the TV that came with the unit, and the person who had it before us put the bigger TV in and had already pre-installed this bungee, which keeps it in place. All right, let's head out for the stinky stuff. We're almost done and ready to go. So now it's the electrical, the plumbing, and the stinky pipes that have to go. Ooh, that smells yum. So that's the pink box is for yucky stuff.
Yep.
And then the green box is for water stuff. So important note, always turn the breaker off before you plug in or plug out.
That's a good idea. This is a great tool, the circuit breaker. So it also tells you whether your post is wired correctly. Saves you from frying out your rig.
Okay.
Something happens here. That's the divider from it.
The protector.
Okay.
And of course we have chucks to put on the wheels, keep us stable.
Before you start your motor up, always wind your awning in, because usually if you have your motor running, the awning won't work. And you don't want to drive off with your awning.
Yeah, we have seen that happen to some people before that sensor was actually put in, so good note. We are almost done here. Greg just has to roll off the Legos. I call them Legos, but they're levelers. We need these, and they are lifesavers in so many places. When you take your RV out and you go camping, you don't know if it's going to be paved like what we had, like parking lot, if it's going to be gravel, it's going to be hilly. So these things are amazing. So packing these up, and we're almost done. We got our supervisor up there.
Remember to not forget this, because that sucks. You know.
And I mean, once we do this, we also always go around one more time to make sure all the things everything is shut, from the smallest to the biggest orifice, portal, etc.
I do know that I've already checked the air and the tires, but it's always important to check the air before you leave. So I've seen many people with many different ideas on what to do when it comes to your refrigerator or your travel. The safest, I gotta say, the safest would be not to have anything powering your fridge as well. Unfortunately, we don't do that. So some people I've noticed on our travels, they run the generator all the time, and that there would provide the whole house so that you could plug in anything, watch TV, the whole thing. But it also, the gas runs on the generator gas also runs off your gas tank. And so if your gas tank gets below a quarter tank, in our particular model, the generator will cut off. And you also realize you're running a lot more gas as you're traveling. So the thing only gets like 8 miles to the gallon, so you better not conserve as much as you can. So what I do is I run it off our propane. Propane is cheaper than gas in most places, and I just turn the switch from auto, because our system is a dynamic system. It will decide whether it's gas or electric, depending on what's plugged in. And so that's what we do with that. Also, don't ever forget to turn your battery on, because the battery keeps the lights going, keeps your stuff going, and so I keep the battery on, which will keep the fridge running as well. The battery also pilots our navigation system, which gives us our rear view mirror, and I have an Apple iPad, and I use that for navigation, and that's all for the house, and for music as well. So this concludes our getting ready. We're just about ready to pull out here. Bye, see ya.